Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Are you gonna talk to him or just dancing?
Hello and welcome to the Downsized Live. My name is Laraine Durham. I'm here with my husband of 21 years,
Christopher Durham.
And together we are the Downsized. We're the channel that talks about all things GLP-1 weight loss related. I've lost 50 pounds. Well, I guess if I look at the scale this morning, 49 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide, which is the same ingredient as what's in Mounjaro and Zepbound. And I'm 55 years old. I'm 5'4.25". And what else do you need to know? I started at 193. Today I was 144. I've been in maintenance. I've been bobbling around between 141, 144 for the past couple months. How much have you lost, Christopher?
Let's see. We started September 29th. Is that right?
Yes, we say that every time.
I don't know any dates.
That?
You know, I'm terrible.
September 29th, 2023. We started. So a little bit over a year ago.
286.5 is where I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I am 56 years old now, 5'10.5". My current weight is 203.6, I think. So I'm down 81, something like that pounds.
I wasn't paying attention. Mm-hmm.
She's not paying. It's my life. She doesn't pay attention.
Uh-huh.
And I have taken compounded Tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro over the course of the things. And people always ask, is there any difference? No, I have not seen any different. It's all worked the same for me. Yeah. Same side effects, same weight loss.
Yeah.
The only difference was, could I get it in stock? And what's the price? How was it administered? So pretty simple. What do you think? Let's see here. 30 viewers right now. Let's see who we have.
Thanks for tuning in. Difficult Nerd. Hello, James from Australia. Yes, nice to see you. We did an interview with James. If you'd like to go back and watch that. How you doing? What's your weight loss total, James? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks. So put a message in there. Kimberly Collison says, wow, catching 2 lives in a week. I know, right?
Were you on the one this morning, Kimberly? It's like a normal time for you, not the middle of the night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kimberly's in the UK. Christopher did a live this morning about the Eli Lilly earnings call.
Yep.
Basically,
it's been a busy day.
They can't make it fast enough. There's shortages. Their earnings fell short.
Oh, they still made a wild amount of
profit.
Still made that's what's so crazy.
Money,
it's a wild amount of profit, but they didn't make as much profit as the street had wanted them to. So
they did not have the inventory.
Stock was down 30% or something. I don't know. This morning
maybe it's a good time to buy. Last time I looked at Eli Lilly stock, was like $800 a share.
I think it's still very expensive. Yeah.
We don't own any Eli Lilly stock.
And then if you didn't watch the video, I also did one on Novo Nordisk and Semaglutide today.
You did 2 other lives today?
Well, it wasn't a live. The other one was
recorded.
The other one was recorded. Right. So Semaglutide was pulled. Well, I shouldn't say that. Semaglutide is now listed as available on the FDA shortage list under the individual medications. However, it is still listed as in shortage at the top of the piece, which is where the FDA actually determines the shortage. So they're doing it. How does that work?
How can it be all available, but then
it's the way it was last time with Tirzepatide too. Right. Basically, the manufacturer says we got it, and the FDA says
no, you don't.
Let's see.
All right.
So we'll see. Anyway, so that's that. Mom of 7. Thanks for being a member, Mom of 7.
It does remind me of Seinfeld. You're right. Yeah. We were watching Seinfeld the other day in a rerun. I haven't watched that.
She walked in and said, "Why are you watching Seinfeld?" And she sat down and started laughing. So.
It's just funny. Yeah, I mean, it's just
crazy.
It's just funny, and they don't have cell phones in Seinfeld. What a concept! Tracy says hi from Oregon. Hi, Tracy. How are you? Anouk Gary says hi from Charlotte, North Carolina. A neighbor. We're just north of Charlotte. In Huntersville, so hello there. Good evening from Tennessee. Good evening, Donna. Kimberly Collison said didn't catch it while it was live, but did watch. It's early here now, 11 p.m. I guess that would be late for me. That would be past my bedtime, Kimberly. Kelly Haley says, evening new to your channel. I'm from Gastonia. Gastonia, another place that's near to us. We've driven through Gastonia about 1 million times on our way to Greenville, South Carolina, where we used to live and where my parents used to live. They don't live there anymore. Michelle Nedwick says, hi guys, thank you for keeping all of us informed. You're welcome.
Happy to help, Michelle.
And Deb Zimmerman, hey Deb, wow, I spent more time with Christopher than my husband today.
No, if you see that little circle on her name, you know what that little circle means? That means she is a member. That is exactly what it means.
She's a member of our Club Downsized.
Thank you, Deb.
You can be, thanks Deb for joining. You can be a member of Club Downsized too. You click the join button. Maybe later you can look at it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more later. It's all good.
And it's Barb, Health at Any Cost. Hi Barb. Evening. So glad to be here. Yes. Hello, Barb. Laura says, good evening from Virginia. Hello. We've got people from all over the place. And California, Naturalista 20. So I hope you guys are all voting. Difficult Nerd says, my starting weight was 349 pounds. Current weight, I'm just reading the pounds, James, not the kilograms. Current weight, 281. Okay. October has been disappointing, a little bit stalled, currently on 7.5. But I want to give my body the space to stall. I think he's writing some more.
Yeah, that's, James, I have this theory that somewhere along the way developed that it's not really a stall. It's just your body taking a breath. And the longer that you can stay down, the better. So don't think of it as a negative thing. I don't know.
Well, if you look at this medicine as we're going to be on it long term, then
yeah.
What does it matter?
How much does that make you down now?
349 minus 281, so 50 plus 20, 70.
74. Come on, James. That means you didn't put it in, but we're going to give it to you.
That's awesome, James.
If you guys haven't watched, we did an interview with James a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. James is a really interesting guy. Laraine, while we're talking about that, why don't you tell them about the Downsized Dish?
Yes. So we have a series called The Downsized Dish where we talk to everyday people just like you watching out there. We talk about your GLP-1 journey because everybody wants to see somebody like them. Everybody wants to see, well, she lost 50 pounds. He lost 80 pounds. I have 100 pounds to lose. I want to see somebody like that. So if you'd like to be on the Downsized Dish, send me an email. I've got a new email address, Laraine@thedownsized.org. You have to spell my name right, Laraine @thedownsized.org. And I'll send you a link to our calendar. You pick a time that works. We have a nice conversation, and then we'll put you on. We'll put you on our channel. We've got Mounjaro Journey with Pam. I think we're going to post
tomorrow.
Her interview tomorrow.
That is correct. I haven't seen Pam on there tonight.
Yeah, she was on one of your lives this morning.
She was on there this morning. Absolutely. Yeah, Donnell, who's also a member. Hello from California.
Hey, Donnell. Thanks for joining. Hi from California. So if you guys click the subscribe button and then hit the bell for the notifications, if Christopher randomly decides to go live on a Wednesday morning, you'll get an email. I got an email.
Yeah, I only go live like that if there's an actual news thing. If something's happened,
you never know.
I don't go. It's 10:37. I think I'll go live. No, not really. What it is.
But anyway, I got an email and I was like, "Why is he going live? I just got home from the gym." So
which is disturbing because I had told her I was going to go live before she went to the gym.
I don't listen to him. He tries to talk to me at 7 a.m. I'm like, don't talk to me. Wendy says, hello from Connecticut. You guys are the best at explaining everything. Well, thank you very much. I think we have a super chat in the house.
Mel Bethel is here. Mel, you don't have to do that, girl, but thank you very much.
Thank you. Mel, you've got to get on the Downsized Dish. I want to talk to you.
Mel's also a member. Thank you very much,
great
Mel.
work today. Thanks for keeping us in the loop. Truist kept me busy on Teams meeting today. Oh, all right. Truist. All right.
A banker. We live in Charlotte. There's lots of bankers.
A lot of Bank of America people here in
lots of Truist
Charlotte
people too, actually. Yeah. My former boss is a VP at Truist.
Yep.
Let's see where we are here.
I had a train of thought and then I lost it.
It's hard to say what train of thought back. There we go.
Linda says hello from Colorado. Getting our first snow. Yikes, snow. I guess it is the end of October. We lived in Omaha, Nebraska about 10 years ago. And when we took the girls trick-or-treating, it was so cold.
Yeah, that was both the coldest and hottest place I've ever lived.
Their little hands were so cold. They're like, Mommy, we
so
want
fun
the candy,
fact, Crazy Cat Lady just joined. Thank you very much, Crazy Cat Lady.
Crazy Cat Lady. Now, speaking of crazy cats, JoJo, I tried to make her come in at 5 o'clock because that's when I give her fancy feast. And I walked outside and she came up to me and said, purr, 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 hello. And I said, JoJo, come on, let's go inside. And I went up the deck steps and she clamped onto my foot. I said, no, I stay outside. So JoJo's not going to be joining us tonight. Difficult Nerd says this is non-scaled victory, swimming 2 kilometers each day, 1.25 miles. That's a lot. It's a long way. And added a 10,000 K step minimum for each day. That's a lot. That's a lot, James.
Yeah, James, let us know when you want to come back on and you can update us on everything you have going on.
Don Kowalski says, hi guys, 44 pounds down here in Florida. Yay! Starting weight 244.8, current weight 210.8. Whoop! 1.5 pounds lost per week. Thriving. Yeah, my average was 1.58 pounds a week. So I always say if you're losing between 1 and 2 pounds a week, stay on your current dose. We're not doctors. We're just people who have lost weight on compounded Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, Zepbound. So, but yeah, we didn't know at the beginning that maybe if you're losing weight on a dose, not to move up. So we moved up from 2.5 to 5 to 7.5. And then somewhere around 7.5, we heard, oh, maybe stay on a dose.
I think I lost my most on 7.5.
Oh, I printed out my weight tracker. And
hard to say. Why don't you
downstairs?
Why don't we do this right now? Let's
what is that, Christopher? Oh,
let's first of all say thank you to all of our Club Downsized members. Here's the full list of everybody right now.
Thank you to our Club Downsized members. Our content is always free, and we try not to push any products because that's just not our thing. But we do sell memberships to our Club Downsized if you'd like to.
It's like a Patreon, but YouTube runs. If you'd like to support us, that's great. If not, we're also happy to have you. So it's all good.
Hang out anyway.
It's all good. We also have been talking about a cruise, so I don't have any details, but I did want to talk about it a little bit because I love cruises.
So I have a friend whose mother-in-law has organized some group cruises, and she's going to help us with our Downsized cruise, I think. So we're looking at this summer, right?
I think so.
And right now we're leaning toward probably a Caribbean cruise out of Florida.
Right. So I did a poll, and a bunch of you, like 120 people answered the poll. Said, well, would you like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, or MSC? And Royal Caribbean
Royal Caribbean
kicked everybody's butt.
Royal
58%.
Caribbean's a good, which
I mean, we've sailed. I haven't sailed Norwegian, but we've sailed, and I assume it's similar. They have a good range of ships, and I mean, I'd like to be able to keep it at a reasonable rate. Probably one of their mid-size, little bit 10-year-old ships. That way, the cost isn't. Their newest ships are very expensive to sail on.
Yeah, the Big Harmony.
Yeah, all those new Utopias are very expensive to sail on. But maybe a 4 or 5 day. So we'll work through it and let you guys know. But if you're interested, leave a note and say, hey, what do you think?
Well, make sure you sign up for our email list because that's probably where we'll start sending the info to that. So you can go to our website, thedownsized.org, and sign up for our email list there. So yeah, and we also have we're an Amazon affiliate, so we have some Amazon links to products that I like that I've used. My Mago 7, my fiber gummies, my Premier protein shakes that I put every day in my coffee to add protein to the start of my day. This morning I tried a Premier protein pancake mix.
How was that?
It was all right. It was better than the Kodiak protein.
Did it taste like cardboard, like Kodiak does?
No, that Kodiak it's not good. But this Premier protein, I mixed it with. We have some Fairlife fat-free milk, so I made like one serving and made like 4 pancakes and 15 grams of protein plus a little bit from the Fairlife milk plus about 10 grams from the Premier protein shake that I put in my coffee.
Yeah.
And then I went and worked out, and it was a very fine, good protein morning. What did we have for lunch today? Oh, I made a sandwich. Christopher had a lean cuisine.
I did.
And then for dinner, Christopher made some beef stew.
Very protein and veggie heavy beef stew. Yeah.
Beef, carrots, potatoes, peas,
onions, celery.
He likes to chop up all the vegetables, so we get a lot of good veggies in there.
Mm-hmm. Lots of veggies.
People keep asking me what I eat in a day, and I also had a Kit Kat, a little fun-sized Kit Kat. I think they're almost gone. Trick-or-treating is tomorrow, but I don't think the Kit Kats made it to the Halloween. I'm just hoping the Kit Kats
stay flat this week. So. Donna D.
I've been on Zepbound since March. Just started with Mochi and took my first compounded shot today. It was easy peasy. Didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good, Donna. I mean, a lot of times just thinking about it is worse than actually doing it. So it's good that you got it done. Linda Bookmiller says, for the first time, I don't get upset. If I get on the scales, I'm up a pound. Me too. That's weird, right? I know it's temporary and we'll be off soon.
Thanks for being a member,
Thanks for being a member. Yeah, so this morning I got on the scale and I was at 144 and I was like, all right. Oh, but I did want to talk about, I have not taken my shot now for 10 days. I've been off my shot for 10 days. Why is that, you might ask? Because I have a colonoscopy on Monday. So my doctor said to be off of the shot for a week. I'm going to be off 2 weeks. Barb at Health at Any Cost says, James, I had 3 6 to 8 week calm water stalls and seemed for no reason, but I always restarted losing. No worries. Yeah, I did a video on stalls or plateaus and why they happen. Sometimes your body just has to catch up. Sometimes you might be eating too much. Sometimes you might need to exercise. There's all kinds of reasons. Elizabeth, I have followed.
Lisbeth.
You know that show Elsbeth?
Similar, but more of the rest of the name.
I have followed you guys for a long time since your channel just started, and I love your content. Thank you. I was considering switching telehealth companies and was curious about Mochi. All right, so let me just tell you a little about Mochi. I don't work for Mochi. I've used Mochi since February. I have a discount code, so anybody then they give one to everyone. So if you use my code, you get $40 off your first order. I get $40 off my order. And it's fine. So when I first started with Mochi back in February, March, it would take about a week from the time I placed the order till I got it. And now it's taken about 2 weeks, just with a lot of people, I think, new to the compounding and people worrying about compounding and people putting in reorders a little bit more frequently. So you have to be a little bit more patient.
That's all a function of just need. So let's talk about actual Mochi, right? So
like Mochi.
The experience of Mochi is remarkably similar to every telehealth company. You go online, you set up a meeting with a
I talk to my doctor online.
They write a prescription. Mm-hmm. Their job is really to be there to write a prescription. So they don't take the place of your local physician, but none of these do. They don't have all your background. They don't do all that stuff. And then they also have a nutritionist that you can schedule and talk to. Once the order is placed, they use I think 3 or 4 different compounding pharmacies now.
They own a pharmacy out of Washington State. So if your state is approved for Akita to ship to, I don't like to end the sentence in preposition, but you will get your shipment from Akita. I think Texas gets shipped from Red Rock Pharmacy out in
somebody
Utah.
Up in Colorado that got it from somewhere else too.
Anyway. Compounding pharmacies are regulated by the states. So compounding pharmacies don't necessarily ship to every state. So you kind of have to ask. But Mochi uses, they used to use Hallandale, but they parted ways. So now I think it's really Red Rock and Akita Pharmacy.
I think there's a couple of more floating around. If you see the Mochi thermoses, so those thermoses are these very nice little boxes with a thermos and a little Ziploc bag and with all your supplies in it that come from Akita, and it ships very nicely. And you get several of them over. And Elizabeth had another question.
Do they fill compounds every 2 or 3 weeks? Does it take a while to see provider? I don't know. The sometimes it can take maybe a week to see a
How
provider.
often
It just
can you
depends.
place an order?
I've placed an order at 2 weeks before, but sometimes it takes, time to get it to the doctor and get it filled. So
Hmm.
I don't really feel like they look too closely. I mean, I know the doctor, when he approves the reorder, he might look at when he approved the last reorder. But sometimes I put them in pretty quick, and I've never gotten any pushback. So and their recommendation, Mochi's recommendation, is to put the reorder in after you take your 3rd shot. I'd say after you take your 2nd shot, maybe 3 or 4 days after that, I'd put it in. And it just depends on how many people are coming to Mochi, if the doctor is available or not. They have several, so but you can go online and see the schedule.
So Thin from Within 66, is that the year you were born? Are you 2 years older than I am? Says hello from Ocala, Florida. Hello, Thin from Within. Thank you for being a member. Let's see here. Kathy Gonda, you said you stockpile your meds. How do you get extra meds? People ask this all the time. It's a function of, first of all, I have a prescription for Zepbound from my local doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And and I've been taking compounded. So I have several boxes of Zepbound that are kind of the backup stock in the refrigerator, because those pens last, I think, 2 years or something. Somebody will correct me, but a long time.
He went to the doctor maybe a month ago, and the doctor just sent in to CVS reorder for the 15, and we thought, oh, well, it'll just sit there when we have compound, so we don't need it right now. Then I get a message from CVS, your order has been filled. I was like, ding dang. So I went and picked it up. We use the coupon from Eli Lilly, so our insurance does not cover any weight loss medication, but with the coupon you can get on the Eli Lilly website. If you're new to the coupon, I think you pay $6.50. We're old coupon users, so we pay $5.50.
Man, I did a whole video on all of that yesterday.
And that coupon is going to continue through June 2025.
And there's still a $5.50 and a $6.50 coupon. So if you had a $6.50 coupon moving forward, yours will still be $6.50.
And if you had a $5.50,
it'll still be $5.50. It doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem right, but Eli Lilly doesn't really. They don't seem like they have a boardroom conversation around fair and right.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of glad that they didn't move everybody to $6.50, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Sorry, $6.50 people.
Let's see here. Amen says, hi, watching from Denver.
Hello. Don Kowalski, here I go. Again with the typo, starting weight was 254.8. I don't remember what you put before.
I don't remember, but
yeah.
Good weight loss note, nevertheless.
Anoop Gary, my insurance will not pay if I don't titrate up. Some people say that, and that's really weird. Like, I don't know. I guess because when Eli Lilly did the Surmount studies to study the effectiveness of,
I think
I've seen people up every 4 weeks.
I've seen a number of insurance companies that don't like the 0.5 doses, and they'll let you stay on those a month, and then you have to move up.
Oh, like 7.5.
They think the 0.5s aren't therapeutic; they're transitional. I don't know. It's insurance companies.
I've lost weight on every dose.
Are crazy.
So and different people lose weight on. Everybody's different when it comes to how your body reacts to the different doses and to the medication. Some people have zero side effects. I've had constipation like the whole time, tiredness, some at the beginning. Christopher has the opposite of constipation.
I do. I know I get a little bit of constipation. I've never had to take anything for it, but it's usually.
I had to have some
rapid elimination
because my stomach was just hurting. And then I figured out I had gotten bad about drinking my water. So that's, everybody have your big water cup. So, we traveled and we got home, and I just got out of the routine of lugging this baby with
All right.
me.
Donna D just became a member as well. Thank you, Donna D.
Thank you, Donna D.
Let's see here.
I like Mago 7 for the.
Thank you, Donna D. Get the dancer.
Constipation dance.
No,
not.
Let's see here. Where were we?
La la.
We got a mom of 7 says, what price range would the cruise be? I don't know exactly yet. I mean, I started to look at them, and the 4 and 5 day ones, if you assume you're going out of Florida, which is where most cruises go out of. I guess you go to Long Beach or somewhere, but Florida, Port Canaveral, or Miami. Port Canaveral is the port closest to Orlando, so you'd fly into the Orlando airport or drive. Let me finish where I'm going, my love.
We look for cheap, so
yeah. So I was looking at some of them were running $400 and
$500. That's what I was thinking per person.
Per person. So
Yeah.
in a 2-person room, it'd be $1,000. So maybe we could match people up. And,
maybe we can. Well,
I don't know.
we're not doing that.
Or just. But that's an interior room, and then they go up, so that you could get a full suite for
Yeah, I'll have to work with the travel agent, but that's I mean.
But that was just rack rate, so we'll see what we can find, and we would. Yeah. And the goal would be to get some other YouTubers on here. So maybe get Ali on there, maybe get Dave on there. Who knows? And do some meet and greets and, do a live one of these. Kind of be a lot of fun.
Everybody would be watching what I would be eating on the buffet, though.
Oh, well, yeah.
10 days without medication. I do not feel full anymore. Tracy W. says titrated up to 7.5. They said that the potency has been changed because the medicine was taken off the shortage list. Yeah, so, and I think Mochi's doing this too. They're prescribing different dosages than what Eli Lilly is selling in the branded. And they're doing that to make it more personalized for the customer, right. Or, so that they can still continue to compound and say, well, we're different. And because we had... Right. Vitamin B6, or we're doing
B3
a different
or niacinamide or whatever.
So they have to make it a little different somehow. I don't know. The 6.3, that bothers me, because if you want to do 7.5, but I'm getting 6.3, like how long do I got to stay on 6.375? Well, how long do I have to do that before I go up?
It's such a marginal difference. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I don't know. But with Mochi, it's the same price any dose. So just move up in the dose.
Yeah.
You can pull whatever you want out of the vial. Yeah. Who's going to know? Nobody. But
Mel, who's a member, thank you, Mel, says, I'm so on that cruise. It'll be a blast out there doing the wobble with Laraine.
Wobble, baby.
All right. Yeah. That'd be awesome, Mel.
Yeah.
Wobble, baby, wobble.
And from within. Yesterday was my weigh-in and shot day. I was so happy. Wow, down 95 pounds.
Hold on, let me get you this.
That's awesome. And you started on 124.24. That's a good date, 124.24.
Yeah.
Started with semaglutide, then after 6 weeks, switched to Tirzepatide. Yeah, I see a lot of people switching from semaglutide. Semaglutide just seems to stop after a while.
I think a lot of people have nausea and problems with it too.
Yeah, so they switch it. I was talking to a lady at the gym who came up to me and said, Laraine, I used your code. And she had been going to a med spa locally, and they were charging her like $450 a month.
Well, I think that all those places sell all that extra stuff. Oh, you need this vitamin. You need this
protein pack.
Stand on this vibrating thing. They're selling so many extra services.
About the vibrating
and I'm not saying that any specific one are wrong, but when you start out with a super expensive medicine, then you add on another $300 worth of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I know she had been on semaglutide, and I said, oh, you stay on semaglutide or you changing to Tirzepatide? She said, well, the lady I talked to at Mochi suggested that I move to Tirzepatide. I said, well, I would. I think it works better, but I've only used Tirzepatide. So, but just from what I hear around the town, again, we're not doctors. We just talk to a lot of people on these medications.
Well, so the other thing I wanted to do, because it is Halloween, we actually moved this one.
It's tomorrow
because tomorrow's Halloween, and some of you guys actually watched. Oh, actually, we're going to do swag first. I forgot about swag. Let's see here. What else? I don't know what all I have in here.
There is no telling. Swag.
We actually launched swag this week. It went out first to members.
Is the mug supposed to be an A?
Oh, the mug is supposed to be an A. Are you not reading that? Yeah. So actually, if you're a Club Downsized member, you can get a 10% discount off. So it's super fun. Look in the thing, and there's about 30 things you can go and purchase. So all kinds of fun stuff. Downsized water bottles, mugs, just a hat I have on.
Yeah.
A visor, super fun bag here.
Yeah.
All kinds of t-shirts and things. So if you go on YouTube, or you can either get to it through YouTube and you see where it's, or let me finish, or you see where it says store on the bottom right there. You can click on it and it'll take you through to and be able to order it, or you can go to the downsized.org and shop it there under where it says swag, or you can do it on your phone. See where it says store on the far right there.
Is that your hand?
That is not my hand. That is stock photography.
Oh.
So it doesn't look like my hand,
I don't
does
know.
it?
You just take a picture with
It is not my hand.
All right.
I thought
Christopher knows how to do some graphic tricks.
I thought I put Halloween pictures in here, but apparently
I saw
didn't.
you doing something with our Princess Leia and Darth Vader
I don't know.
picture.
I guess I didn't. It's all good. I was going to show you Halloween pictures.
All right.
Maybe next time.
So I hope everybody is staying out of the Halloween candy, or maybe you had a piece or two, because you know what? It's Halloween.
My wife bought a lot, and I did not appreciate it.
So I used to be a CVS super couponer, like with the baseball sleeves with the coupons and going in and buying the things on sale and getting them free. And I can still get free toothpaste, like whenever we need to get toothpaste. But anyway, so I still like have the couponing bug. So they sent me a coupon and the Halloween candy was on sale and I had some other discounts. So I rolled them in and bought a whole bunch of Halloween candy, and I bought one big bag of all the stuff I like and one big bag of nothing that I like. And guess which bag is still full?
And I say, I don't care what the coupon is. Please don't bring it home.
Yeah. So yeah, I have thoughts both ways. Difficult Nerd says, I will absolutely come back for a follow-up interview, but I want to be below my official pandemic starting weight of 279 for a week before I schedule it. All right.
Just let us know, James. We're always here.
No problem. So my thoughts on Halloween candy, it's tomorrow. So some people have waited this long to even buy it. I used to wait until like a couple days before, just so if it wasn't in the house, I wouldn't eat it. And I like candy, so that's my whole problem. Even now, like a lot of people say, oh, it tastes too sweet now, and my tastes have changed. I still like candy.
I would not buy it.
I still like candy. So, but I mean, I won't eat. I don't buy candy at the store, like in the checkout line. I won't buy, like, I just don't really ever eat candy. I say that, and then Christmas comes and I'll want a marshmallow Santa. But I like, anyway, I say eat a piece that you like and move on, but just don't eat the whole bowl. Hi, Laraine. I enjoyed the Kodiak buttermilk pancake mix, as well as the frozen Kodiak thick and fluffy buttermilk and vanilla waffles. I know you don't cook much. I do not. So you might enjoy these. Yeah, I've tried some frozen waffles. It's never, they're okay. Like, they're okay in a pinch. And I tried the Kodiak mix.
And that stuff was terrible.
I
don't like protein added stuff. It tasted like
if you like it, that's great.
box.
I have a friend that adds like milk and egg to the mix, and she says that makes it better.
And chocolate chip and real pancake.
I like pancakes, so I thought I'd try that mix. Lynn says, I had an appointment with Mochi on Monday. Not to be negative, but I was disappointed. Discussed dosing up slowly and dismissed, asking why, if I was losing, I would need to.
Well, so here's the thing about all the telehealth, and it's interesting because I see it all the time on the Facebook. Well, I need to find a good telehealth doctor to talk to that lives blah 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 blah. The reality of the telehealth prescribers is they're prescribers. They are there to assess whether or not you're going to get this medication and go. They are not a substitute for your local doctor. You need to have a good local doctor. Most of them are also not going to talk to you about doing anything other than what the original Eli Lilly researched dosing is.
I mean, they're not.
They don't really have your whole file. They don't really know all your stuff. They don't have blood work. And the weird reality of both compounding pharmacies and those prescribers is they all cross telehealth providers. So I guarantee you,
what are you talking about?
I guarantee you, if you tried 3 or 4 different telehealth providers, you might get the same prescriber.
Oh,
I think they're like Uber. I do. Oh no, I believe it. Absolutely. I think they're like the Uber driver that also has a Lyft sign in his car. I think they're sitting there doing a lot.
You have no basis to think that.
I have seen. I think so.
No,
yeah,
you don't. That's just your making that up.
I think so.
You know what? I think they want everybody to follow the recommended dosing schedule. You can do what's right for you. But I mean, yes, talk to your doctor about it. I'm sorry that you didn't really get a full discussion of that, but maybe he doesn't believe to deviate from the Eli Lilly studies and recommendations. So, every doctor is going to have a slightly different perspective, even the Mochi doctors. So.
All right, let's see here. Titrate up and split the doses. There's more than one way to play that game. That's right.
That's what I do.
Blooming Women, who's a member. Thank you very much, Blooming Women. Hi from Texas. Love you guys.
Hello. Denaya. Okay. I'm a zero side effect person so far. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have zero side effects. So
if you look at the Surmount studies, really on any given side effect, between 20 and 30% of people have the side effect. Mm-hmm. So the other 70%, 80% do not.
Yeah.
I think it's just a function of if we have the side effect, we're going to ask a lot of questions and make a lot of noise over it.
Yeah, and you want to know what to do to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, the day that you take your shot, make sure you've eaten a meal with 30 grams of protein at least before you take your shot. Make sure you're drinking 60 plus ounces of water a day. I try to do between 80 and 100 ounces of water a day. I didn't earlier in the week, and that got me constipated. So there you go. I take 2 sugar-free fiber gummies a day to keep that moving. So, you gotta be vigilant on all the things all the time. I've had success with semaglutide, even though a lot of people don't like it as much as Tirzepatide. A lot of people have. I've done many interviews on the Downsized Dish where people have lost all their weight on semaglutide. I mean, that's great. Everybody is different, and when you find the thing that works for you, that's what you stick with. So, yeah.
Oh, red color.
Thank you. Yes. Now this blazer used to be too small, and I used to not be able to button it. I can button it now, and it's kind of loose. So, yeah. Thank you.
And for some reason, she came in here businesswoman style, which
today
if you watched the live earlier that she walked in while I was doing it, she was wearing this without the jacket and her guns were out. Here, let's see your guns
here. Excuse me, sir.
Well, look,
excuse me, sir.
You guys are going, look at the muscles on her.
All right. So, and we have a discussion point for the group.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure.
All right. Listen closely, y'all. Listen closely. Are you listening? Okay. So I go to the gym every day for a 9:00 class. Whatever they're teaching that day is the class I do because I can't remember and keep up with the times, whatever. So 9:00. Today it was a bar class. And so in this bar class, we use hand weights, and it's kind of like a Pure Barre. I used to do Pure Barre. So it's got some elements of that. It's got some Pilates elements. It's got some, she kind of rolls up a whole bunch of different things. We use a resistance ball. We use resistance bands sometimes. So today we used hand weights. So I had 5-pound hand weights, and then I had 15-pound hand weights. And we did some balance work with kind of like a Russian deadlift kind of thing with the heavier weight. We did a thing where we laid on the ground and did some tricep work, skull crushers. Christopher's like, skull crusher? That's a funny name. I'm like, you have never lifted weights.
No, I have lifted weights. That's not true.
Okay. And then Christopher says, oh, you didn't lift weights.
Nope, you did not.
That's not weightlifting.
That is not weightlifting.
Yes, it absolutely is weightlifting. I was lifting weights, like 15 pounds in each hand. Like if you do like a lat pull down,
you were
on
technically
a machine,
lifting weights, but the sport of weightlifting you were not doing.
No, back me up on this. Back me up on this. If you're working out with hand weight,
did you do a 200-pound deadlift?
No, I can't. Who does that? I'm not doing it. No one does that.
No, you were doing fake ballet with some hand weights. I know it.
See, look.
Yeah, the gun.
See, but this is the problem because this. So if I could just, but yeah.
See, I don't have that problem. No. See, nothing.
Yeah. See. And yeah, it's sometimes I catch it in the mirror at the gym and it just makes me mad. I'll rent a van and take y'all from MC. Yeah, we'll have a shuttle.
MCO is the airport in Orlando.
We'll have a
if you don't
party
know.
shuttle from the
And Barb lives in
airport
Orlando,
to
so.
Cape Canaveral. Yeah, so if you cruise out of, Olivia wants to know what the Disney Plus login is.
We don't have Disney Plus.
I thought we did.
I don't think so.
I thought it was with the Hulu that I got for like $1 or something.
I don't know.
Olivia's at App State. If you fly into Orlando, you have to make your way to Cape Canaveral to the port, which is about 45 minutes away.
Something like that.
Sometimes we're in a car. Sometimes, I think all
An
the times
Uber. Sometimes we rent a car. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
Mom of 7. Thanks for being a member. Says
with the worst food. Well, that would be Carnival.
No, that's not true. Honestly, all the mainstream lines are basically the same.
The last one we went on Carnival, we did not like the main dining room dinner. You have to admit that.
It's ship by ship though. You just never know.
Blooming Women. I received 6.75, but the instructions said inject 75 units. Yeah, so read the instructions and do what they say for your dose, because they might mix it up different. It might be mixed in a different ratio of water to medicine. So make sure you read
and
the
unit measure has nothing to do with how much medicine's in it. So,
well, 75 units. Now she's calling me. 75 units is, in this case, 6.75, but not all medicine is mixed up the same.
Yeah.
Different compounding pharmacies mix it up differently. So whatever the units they tell you to inject for your dose, follow the instructions. I had to do some algebra and some math to split my doses. So I just...
No, she doesn't know it's in half. She's got like X over. I'm like, it's in half.
No, I wanted a 10 milligram dose and I had a 15 milligram vial. So I had to solve for X. Christopher was amazed.
No, because they tell you to. You didn't. I was not amazed.
I did. I have little post-it notes with my calculations.
She did make it overly complicated.
Maria Lopez says, "Hi, I love you guys' videos. They help me so much. I'm on Tirzepatide. However, it's taking me long to lose the weight. I'm older, almost 60.
Girl, that's not old. We got a lot of older people.
60 doesn't sound so old to me anymore.
You're not far away.
I'm 55. But I'm glad that they're helping you. If you're losing a pound to 2 pounds a week, you're right on track.
And the research says 0.5 to 2 pounds.
Yeah. So if you're losing slowly, that's okay. It took me, what did I say before, 27 weeks to lose to my original goal weight of 150. So slow is good because it's a consistent slow. And you're going to be on this long term, or at least I'm going to be on it long term. So, just buckle in, buckle in for the ride. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Debbie with 6, who is also a member. Thank you, Debbie. Says, yes, I'm on semaglutide and the nausea is never ending.
You can ask your doctor. They might have a
prescription.
You could get a prescription for the nausea.
VS006 says, hit the like button. Yeah, there's 38 likes. We can do better than that. We got 135 viewers right now. Likes. So make sure you hit that like button. We would appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us. Blooming Women says, semaglutide, even on a microdose, made me so constipated. So I went back to Tirzepatide. Hope we can continue getting it. Yeah, me too. I'm going to just keep reordering it until I can't. And you know what? Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk can do whatever they're going to do. But as long as I can still get it, then I'm not going to panic. Mama 7 says, I just bought the Halloween candy today. I've already eaten 3 Kit Kats. Girl, I've eaten way more than 3 Kit Kats. So don't even worry about it.
See what VS says there.
I love Christopher's do not bring it home. Well, that's generally my thought process. I don't know. I was just craving it this year for some reason. One year, this was probably about 2015, I found a 10K race that was on Halloween. So I decided I would run the 10K race so I could eat all the Halloween candy that I wanted. And I did run that 10K and I did eat all the Halloween candy and I don't think I gained any weight the next day. But man, that was a That was painful. I always tried to out-exercise my food previously, and I don't have to do that anymore with Tirzepatide.
How long do you have to exercise to out-exercise Kit Kats? Sounds like a long time.
Hours.
Is there enough hours in the day?
So I did a bar class today, which is not my highest exercise burning class, but today I burned 229 calories in an hour at bar class. You know how many calories are in 2 Reese's cups? About 250 calories. So you just can't out-exercise. You can't outrun your fork, I think is the saying. Mel says, I just ordered a black downsized hoodie. I love a good hoodie. Oh, yeah, Mel, you'll have to take a picture and post it.
Yeah, post it
on
Let us know.
somewhere. She can ask for a different doctor. You can ask for a different doctor. I have a referral code for my doctor. Maybe I'll start putting I don't want him to get, I thought he was fine. I don't want him to get so busy he can't click for my reorders. But no, yeah, you can ask for a different doctor. Generally, what I've heard people say about the Mochi doctors is they're very non-judgmental. They listen. They're, where in the past, my local doctor told me I just needed to diet and exercise. I'm like, well dang, I never thought of that.
There's something about state licensing with doctors too, that not all doctors can work in different states. So
yeah,
may or may not work for you. But if you didn't like the doctor, ask them for another one. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jazzy MDG, she's always out there. Hello, Jazzy.
Hello, Jazzy. Jazzy says hello. Don Kowalski says, Laraine, you look marvelous, darling. You look marvelous. Was that Billy Crystal from
that is
Saturday Night Live? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. LD and the Gun Show. Yes. Tell me I'm not lifting weights, Christopher Durham.
No, you are not weightlifting. You're not.
My arms say otherwise.
You are exercising, and that may involve heavier things, but that is not weightlifting.
Ladies, back me up on this.
Mm-mm.
We might have to choose violence later. No, just kidding.
Promises.
Candace E says, I've been on Tirzepatide for 8 weeks, and I had a physical last week, and my blood pressure, that's low, right? 92/65. My blood pressure has never been that low in my whole life. Usually it's around 130. Have y'all had really low blood pressure also? Christopher Durham, take it away.
I have not had really low blood pressure, but I stopped taking, working with my doctor. I had been on blood pressure medicine for
20 years,
25 years, maybe a long time. And I cut it in half, I guess.
A couple months ago.
Well, no, when we moved Olivia in, right? So when we moved her out of school last year.
May.
So cut it in half, and then I was a little dizzy and stuff, and I talked to the doctor, and he was like, hey, well, why don't you try? I said, sure. And so I stopped taking the blood pressure medicine. I've got a blood pressure cuff here, so I've been monitoring. So I think mine yesterday was 107/71. So right in a good range.
Telling Olivia we're doing a live. I don't know what the Disney Plus is.
Shorty, thanks for being a member.
Hey,
good
Shorty.
evening, everyone.
Shorty.
Yeah, see, it's called resistance training. It's not called weightlifting.
Resistance training is with the bands. If I've got the bands around my thighs or the bands around my calves, I mean, that's definitely resistance training.
Mm-hmm.
But hand weight, well,
call Arnold Schwarzenegger and ask him what he thinks.
What's Christopher Durham doing for exercise? Let's ask him.
I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
He does nothing. That's what he does. Nothing.
I'm fine. Look, nothing.
Oh, I have to side with Laraine on this one. Any weight counts. Thank you, Kimberly. See, even somebody in the UK knows.
Mel says the same thing.
It's weightlifting, Laraine. Yeah, no, she's agreeing with me.
Let's see what difficult nerd in Australia says.
Resistance training. Oh, he does. He knows all the definitions. Okay, James, what do you say? Resistance training is super good for long-term health, especially for preventing age-related illnesses. And so it's on my list of things to do when I get down to about 220 pounds. Yeah,
so you are definitely resistance training, darling.
Well, James is doing the cardio, which the swimming and what is the other thing he was doing? The swimming and
he was walking.
The walk and the steps. So cardio is great. But the thing I've figured out as I've gotten older, for me personally is I don't have to kill myself with cardio anymore. I don't have to run a 10K. I don't like running. I never liked it. I was only running to lose weight. I ran 2 half marathons, some 5Ks. I ran a 15K. I did 2 triathlons, all in the quest to lose weight. Did I ever lose weight? No, I always stayed at about 185 pounds. Like, here's me coming to register for the half marathon, and the guy behind the registration desk goes, I'm like, I'm here to register. And he goes, this is a half marathon, right? Like,
She also had the flu at the time, so
no, that was
that was the
I
second
had strep throat one of those races, and I didn't know it.
Yeah.
And I finished, and I about collapsed. It was not a good time. It's not fun. So now I do classes, and I do like some cardio and some things, resistance training, as we will call it.
That's what it is.
I want to stock up on semaglutide compound, but I'm nervous about ending before I even,
It's not going to end anytime soon. That whole process.
It's not going to end anytime soon.
I mean, there's 2 things going on with semaglutide. They earlier this week, and I did a video on it. I wanted to put it on the demonstrably difficult to compound list and say it's too hard. You can't do it. People are going to get sick. That whole process will take at least a year, 9 months to a year. So that's not going anywhere. This whole coming off shortage thing that we did a video on today, it's not off the shortage list, no matter what it is. It is still on the FDA shortage list. If you look at the top, that's what the FDA says. We'll see. It took them a couple of months to resolve that on the FDA. And then what immediately happened within a week was they got sued. There will be lawyers involved. There will be lawsuits. There will be stays.
Mm-hmm. And on the call today, Eli Lilly also talked about the new medications that they're developing. So there are new ones in the pipeline.
All at least a year, some of them 2 out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing going to happen right now.
Yeah. But it's good to know, there's more things coming out. Have you thought about not taking Zepbound and just controlling your calories to manage and maintain your current weight? Well, that's pretty much what I did for my whole life up to this point. So, I mean, I haven't taken it for 10 days. My weight has pretty much stayed the same. But I woke up hungry. Like I'm not, I ate dinner. I'm not full. Like I don't think I can go off of it.
The thing is, these medications are a medical treatment for the disease of obesity. And they do so much more than just control calories intake, and they stop food noise, and they reduce inflammation, and they've stopped my sleep apnea. There's so many things that are going on with these medications beyond just you should eat less.
Right.
If you should eat less was the way to do it, then there would be no fat people because they could just stop eating.
Stop eating. I mean, I've tried to do that throughout my whole life, and I could never get to my goal weight until Tirzepatide. So, and I'm using this little experiment with my colonoscopy just to see, like, what exactly I would feel like to go off of it. And I mean,
the goal throughout this is to build healthy habits. So we are eating better, we are buying better, except for the Halloween candy. So that should help, but it does not change the fact that if you have the disease of obesity, you have a deficit of GLP-1s, of those things. And what that means is your body
doesn't make
is still sending the message from your gut to your brain that says, eat, find food, forage, protect yourself,
you're going to starve to
stay
death.
alive.
Eat.
And that doesn't go away. And that's what the food noise really is. It's your body trying to protect itself.
To keep you alive. Your body's very good at keeping you alive. Your body will always win.
Not everyone who is obese has it resulted from the same thing. So everyone may not have the disease of obesity, but if you do, I suspect, like me, you will probably be taken for this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah D says hello.
Hello, Deborah. Spelled it like your mother spelled her name.
Mom spelled her name, yeah.
Linda Bookmiller says, I had 29 units left in the vial and needed to add enough for a 10 milligram dose, but they reformulated. Sometimes maybe you take 2 shots just to make sure you're pulling out the right. Yeah. I mean, that gets really tricky, and you definitely don't want to overdose yourself. So be very, very careful. And if you have to throw a little bit away, like, would that be the end of the world?
Or go a little
No.
bit under. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Go err on the side of under, not over.
Yeah.
Candy C, can you go from Tirzepatide compound straight to Zepbound without starting from the lowest dose? Absolutely, you can.
It's the same.
So
it's the
compounded
same medicine.
Tirzepatide is the same medication as Zepbound and
Yes.
Mounjaro. I have done it many, many times, week to week.
Yeah. Now,
Not a big deal. I mean, it's
if you're going from Tirzepatide to Semaglutide, those are two different medicines. So
and
ask your
that's what you need
doctor,
to talk
but,
to your doctor about. Here's a that's actually a Mounjaro pen, but I have a Zepbound pen, and so we have. What would you like? It's
yeah, no. So I started on a compounded Tirzepatide 2.5 milligrams. It's the exact same stuff as what's in a Zepbound 2.5 milligram pen or a Mounjaro 2.5 milligram pen. So Mounjaro now is generally prescribed for type 2 diabetics, and Zepbound is prescribed only for weight loss, as far as I know. It's only for weight loss. So the people that say you're taking it away from the diabetics, well, no, we're not.
We're starting to see some Zepbound being prescribed for
cardiac
some other things,
patients and some stuff like that. Laraine is the trick reader. I used to love Kit Kats, Reese's, all of it, and I could put away some candy, y'all. I mean, who couldn't? Like, my kids would go through the neighborhood. We live in a large suburban neighborhood with a lot of kids, and they would come home with just piles of candy, and it was really hard for me not to eat their candy, especially when they were little, because they didn't notice so much. And then when they got older, they're like, "Mom, did you take my Reese's Cups?" I'm like, "Yeah, and what about it?" So I even got to the point where I would just take big handfuls out of their bags and throw it away, like, every day, so they wouldn't notice, so it would go away faster.
Let's
Christopher,
see.
that's for you.
Oh, what was that one? Oh, congrats, you are off the high blood pressure medicine. How are you feeling? Feeling good. Honestly, it was getting a little low, and I think I was actually a little dizzy, so I'm feeling good. I'm checking it every day though. So.
Yeah,
just kind of watching it and see where it is, because I was on that medication for a long time, but I'm happy to be off of it. So I'm hoping to be off the cholesterol medication next time I get blood work done.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You've lost so much weight. I'd say it's probably you don't need it. Backing you up, those are some serious muscles. Thanks, Melissa Chapman. See there, Christopher?
I didn't say they weren't serious muscles. I said it was not the sport of weightlifting, and it is not. Even though Mel thinks just because you're lifting.
If weights are in your hand, it's weightlifting. Yes, Mel. Thank you. Yes.
Then she was weightlifting when she moved the pumpkin.
I have some 8-pound hand weights that I have here. That
see, they're all going to help you out here. Celeste, I've never seen your name. Celeste Elash.
Celeste, you need to like and subscribe, girl. Facts are facts. You were lifting weights. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was. Celeste said so. Yeah. Okay. Lindsay Taylor says, if you're holding weights and lifting them up and down, you are weightlifting. Exactly my point, Lindsay. I'm glad that you guys are with me on this.
All right.
So Christopher's not going to put any more comments up. Lynn, Christopher loves teasing you, Laraine. LOL. We tease who we love.
That is true. Chantel Marshke, haven't seen you before. Chantel, hello.
I lost 34 pounds since April 29th. Great job. I started compounded semaglutide and last month switched to compounded tirzepatide. I'm at 136. My goal was 130, but I feel pretty good now. That's great. That's great. Yeah, sometimes when you get to that number you've been holding on in your mind for so long, then you're like, oh, maybe that's not really the right number. Maybe it's a little up. Maybe it's a little down. I originally thought my number was 156, and then I shrunk. So my number was 150, and I got to 150, and I said, I really want to lose an even 50 pounds. So I lost down to 143 for an even 50 pounds. Hi, my friends. My favorite couple, Marlene Lyra Moreo. All right. Hey, Marlene.
Thank you. Mel says she loves, I think that's Jason Fung. I've watched Jason Fung before. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah. Difficult nerd at R. Diaz. If counting calories worked the way people pretend that it does, there wouldn't be an obesity epidemic. Indeed. Modern society damages L cells, which is why we can't make GLP-1
Endogenously. Okay.
indigenously.
I'm with you. I don't know what that means.
James knows a lot of facts, so
He's a
don't
smart
come
guy.
at James with if you don't have the facts. Mel Bethel says, oops, Fung. He says calories in, calories out is a farce, a fallacy, period. It's a disease for many people. So that's what we found. I mean, I definitely have the disease of obesity. Maintenance has been so difficult for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Marlena. Unfortunately, my insurance has dictated what dose I can stay on. I have lost more weight than I thought possible. Well,
I'm curious to know what dose they put you on, honestly.
Yeah.
So if you saw the video today that I did about the Eli Lilly call, they talked a good bit about a new set of Surmount trials called Surmount Maintenance, where they're actually working, I think it was with a bunch of people, 300 or 400 people, maybe. I don't remember what the number was, to look at what maintenance was. And they were comparing essentially three groups. One group who went to a 5 milligram, who titrated down to a 5 milligram dose. One group who stayed at their highest tolerated dose. So for me, it's 15 milligrams. For you, it would be 12.5 milligrams, whatever your highest tolerated dose was. And then a placebo. So that
I'd be so mad if I got that placebo. I'd be so mad.
That's the way research works.
I'd be so mad.
Anyway, so, and they're going to follow them over the course of the next couple of years, I think. So it ought to yield some interesting results, because there's not any great research on maintenance out there.
Well, and just talking with other people, we've done some talks on our channel. I did one a couple weeks ago with my friend Lori and Susie, who are all three of us are in maintenance, and we all kind of had differing views on what we thought maintenance would be like and what we were going to try to do in maintenance. Susie lost 50 pounds on 2.5. She never moved up. She's kind of a super responder. So she was going to try to microdose and eventually leave the medication completely. Lori is taking a dose every 10 days. I'm still taking my dose every 7 days. So, well, until colonoscopy. But so really, I think you have to figure out what works the best for you. And
research would go a long way in starting
research. Yeah. But I mean,
it would be a good
still
thing.
Going to be different. You're still going to have to.
Yeah, but it would at least give you a well-researched scientific place to start from.
Science.
So I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
We do like science. Science is how we got Tirzepatide. So we like science. Chantel says, so glad I found your channel. Yay! Did you hit like? Did you hit subscribe?
It's 136 people on right now and 65 likes.
But seriously, you guys, when you hit like and subscribe, it helps the YouTube algorithm suggest us to people who are looking for information about GLP-1s. So, yeah. So, we tell everybody we're on it. I posted the link to this live on my personal Facebook page today. So, we're all in.
And your college roommate's mom's going to do one of the interviews. Is that right?
Yeah. So, and my college roommate too, not the same roommate, but anyway, her name is Gail. She is in her, I guess, early 70s. And maybe mid 70s, and she's lost, gosh, I think 80 pounds on, anyway, we'll have an interview with her coming up. So, her daughter was my roommate, Courtney, at Clemson. So if you guys know me, you probably have heard me talk about Courtney before. But yeah, fun stuff. Debbie C says, I've been on Mounjaro for 6 weeks, and last 2 weeks, bad constipation to where Miralax prune juice doesn't even work. Yeah, at some point you probably need to reach out to your doctor. I'd say you're probably at that point now. I really like Mago 7. I get it on Amazon. You can go to the downsized.org, and I have a link. We're an Amazon affiliate. Or
you can buy it at CVS or Walmart.
I mean, if Miralax doesn't work for you, you might need to go see your doctor, because you don't want it to get impacted to where it has to be physically removed, because I've heard stories of that, and I don't think that sounds like a fun time. So yeah, call your doctor. Kelly says, I have compounded semaglutide because it was the only thing available as a backup. Finally, received my Zepbound. Can I still use semaglutide as a backup? They're both 2.5. Semaglutide 2.5 is not the same thing as
let's
Zepbound
start though
2.5.
with not doctors. So
But they're not the same.
You do need to speak to a medical professional about switching around medications. That being said, I can give you a little bit of semaglutide is a GLP-1. Zepbound also it has a GLP-1 in it, so it has a GLP-1 and a GIP. So be careful you don't want to overdose on the GLP-1 side. How you're doing it, and there is a way to go back and forth, but talk to your doctor because the dosages are different.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, what's the top dose of the semaglutide? Like 1.5. I don't even know. Like they're not comparable. They're not the same numbers. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Level, like it's not the same. So to go back and forth is
but I mean what you're talking about, we would
recommended.
have switched to semaglutide if we needed to.
Yeah, I mean if I could no longer get compounded Tirzepatide, I would move to compounded semaglutide. But that would be a whole nother process, and I'd have to figure out what dose to do, and I would want to stay on it for a few months to see how I did with it. I don't recommend bouncing back and forth. So
yeah, it's not optimal for
Yeah.
sure, and there are different side effects. Let's see. Oh, Marlena says she's stuck on 12.5. That's what her insurance
I've
was
lost
doing.
more weight, and trying to space out shots has been hard. Marlene is on maintenance, right? Did she tell us
I
that?
think that's what she said.
Wait, I can't remember now. Did you
I think
have
that's where
lost
her
more
insurance
weight?
company doesn't want her to move.
Yeah, have you tried? Oh, and it won't let you move back down in dose. Is that the problem? Yeah, I mean, if your insurance covers your Zepbound and you can get it for like $25 or even under $100, figure out a way to make that work for you. Ask your doctor maybe. But yeah, spacing out shots, I think would be hard for me as well, just with this little 10-day test that I'm under right now. So could switch to compounded and then just do what you want. But yeah, ask your doctor. Michael Dietz says, hello, Christopher and Laraine. Hello, Michael Dietz.
Michael, you were asking for the Mochi code. I put it in the thing for you.
Mochi
And
code.
CD, thank you for all the breaking news segments. Glad I was able to jump in for a bit and say hi. Hello, Michael Dietz. We appreciate it. Let's see here, Debbie.
I believe the top for semaglutide is 2.5. So not the same. Yeah. So the top for Tirzepatide is 12.5. The top for semaglutide is 2.5. So they, it's not comparable.
No.
Don't go back and forth.
Yeah.
Not recommended.
Black squirrel.
I've lost 57 pounds in 31 weeks on Wegovy. Excellent. Woohoo. Blue Cross will no longer cover it after one more month. I've joined Mochi and hope to continue on compounding. Yeah, you should be able to, currently, you should be able to get your compound from Mochi. I'm sorry that Blue Cross is no longer covering it. Aziza, Native Girl, did the two companies get together to stop compound use? If only Lilly stopped, everyone was going to switch to semaglutide.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a couple of things there. First of all, Lilly is a U.S.-based company. Novo Nordisk is a European company. They don't cross really. There would be significant legal. It's not to say that people don't break the law, because people do, but the FTC would really frown on the two largest.
Collusion, I think,
that would be collusion. That would be super illegal. Yeah. And so I don't really think so. And even if you look at the way that Novo's approaching this versus the way that Eli Lilly is approaching it, they're very different legal cases. So we'll see.
But it kind of does seem like Novo Nordisk said, oh, hey, Lilly's trying to do this to stop compound. Maybe we should do something too. I mean, that could have happened.
I mean,
but we don't know.
You have to remember, compounding in shortage is an emergency stopgap. It's not a permanent solution, and it was never designed to be a permanent solution.
But they're personalizing it for me with vitamin B6.
So the 503A can still do that, right? For just you. If, however, they're running a factory,
They can't just run it all the
That
time.
would be against the regulations, and that would be a patent violation because these companies own the patents. They
Mhm.
created them. They should be able to profit off of them for
They
sure.
should sell it for a
Um,
lower price.
Absolutely, they should sell it for a lower price. The 503Bs are the manufacturing ones, and that will stop. I mean, if they
Mhm.
stay on, because that's all they do, and that will be against the law. So
Yeah.
we'll
Some
see.
of the littler online telehealth people just kind of rolled up shop and
Yep.
disappeared. So, not Mochi. Mochi says, don't worry, we can keep supplying you as long as you want. Karen F says, it is definitely possible to take too much magnesium, so speak to your healthcare team about options to manage constipation. That's a good point.
Yeah,
So,
and be careful with magnesium because a lot of the supplements have magnesium in it as well, so
Mhm.
you can be taking more than you realize that you're taking, and some of the
spit it out,
the
Crystal.
elements and things also have magnesium in
Mhm.
them, so be careful on that. Actually, there's another YouTuber who
Yes.
OD'd on magnesium and had to go to the
Yikes. Don't do that.
yeah, it's not a good idea.
Did you push the next one?
I'm working on it. There you go.
Lori Ember, you look so glam tonight. Thank you. Oh, maybe she's talking about you.
It might be. I'm very pretty.
I washed my hair today. It's a good hair day when it's
Me
hair
too.
wash day. I don't know. For the last 2 days, I've just kind of been bumming around the house and not just wearing my workout clothes kind of all day. So today I knew there was a live, so it gave me a reason to
She was
shower.
giving me a hard time the other day. She was like, "What did you use to wash your hair?" I'm like, "This shampoo that's mine." She's like, "It never goes away." I'm like, "How much shampoo do you think I use?"
I didn't know if he was using my Nexus shampoo or if he was
I think mine's more expensive than yours, but
okay.
I think it is.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
But yeah, I got no hair. Mine lasts 2 years. It's not a big deal.
Yep. Deb Zimmerman says neither company got to be worth billions of dollars by not having corporate minds. This is just the way. Yeah. Yeah. They do what they want.
I think that I would agree with that. I think the challenge for both of these companies is they operate as science and medical companies and not as consumer-facing companies, and you can tell by the way they react. So I think they're genuinely surprised when consumers are upset, when consumers feel like they're being taken advantage of. I don't know. They do not behave like they're a customer-centric company, and it's very, very obvious.
Well, it's just disturbing when a pharmaceutical manufacturer is primarily worried about profits. I mean, of course they're a business. Of course that's what they're going to worry about, but you would think they would worry about the people that take their medicines. Like, and I've seen a lot of Eli Lilly commercials lately on TV with, we've got obesity treatments and blah blah blah, and they want you to think they're this caring company, and then they pull all this crazy stuff and jack our prices up so high. It's just
Well, I think they're using price as a way to moderate demand. So I think if they can get their factories up and running and get it all going, that at some point the price will come down.
It's all supply.
But right now, I mean, they
demand
said it on the
equation.
call. They're not worried about compounding as far as sales go because they sell every dose they have.
Because they
They
make
cannot
enough
keep
to
up
sell.
anyway.
Yeah. They
And
can't make enough to keep up with it.
And honestly, if they actually did lower the price today to $100, $200, whatever the price would be,
we'd
there's
never
no way
find
they
it.
could keep up with it.
No one would ever. We'd never find it at Walgreens or CVS or at your local.
Mark Clem, who's a member, says hello, everyone.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, Mark. Good to see you, sir.
Debbie, there are also quite a few drugs that interact with magnesium. I'm on Synthroid, so I don't take Mago 7. That's also a good point. Always good to check with your doctor for what supplements you need to take. Not everybody needs a calcium supplement. Not everybody needs a fish oil supplement. Get your blood work done. Ask your doctor. Make sure you're not doubling up on or taking something that's going to interact with some other medicine that you're on.
Otherwise, you might just be making expensive pee. Michael Dietz says, back to work. Thanks, all of you.
Thanks.
Let's see. We have 131 people on right now. It's 78 likes. I love to get over 100 likes. If you guys could take one moment and hit like and subscribe, that'd be awesome.
Mackenzie, just love you guys. I'm down 44 since May. Just moved up to 5 from 2.5.
Congratulations, jazz hands.
Did you all have side effects when moving that dose? I've had constipation at every dose. I had, I guess, less tiredness as I went up in dose. I guess I got more used to the medicine. Your results may vary. Your mileage may vary.
And so I have not seen any side effect change with dosage change. It occasionally just does what it wants to do. So every, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks.
In the airport.
Every 4 or 5 weeks, it just decides to give me side effects that I might not have ever had before. And I think it's a function of your body and the way the medication's interacting, and it has nothing to do with the dosage. Honestly, it's just
and I guess not a lot of people, but some people report different side effects with different shot injection locations. So the injection locations are the back of your arm, the top of your thigh, and around your belly button. So, some people say, oh, I changed injection site locations and I had this side effect, or I didn't have this side effect, or I broke a stall, or, I always like to keep track. I keep track on a spreadsheet, like my date, my dose. And I have a spreadsheet on the downsized.org under resources. And I thought I had made it so people can't type into it online, but I don't really know how to do that. And somebody's typed into it. So there's some tabs at the bottom. So find the one that says GLP-1 and you can make a copy and put it on your computer if you want to track. Because I keep track of, left side belly button, right side belly button. I've only done around the belly button. I've done in my thigh, I think twice, maybe. I didn't particularly like it. I don't know.
But it didn't work any differently.
It didn't work any. I didn't feel any different side effects. But some people do. So make a little test with yourself as the test subject and figure out what works best for you.
Yeah, I've tried all the locations and they all work the same for me. I did not like the shot in the arm because I thought it hurt, but it worked the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
Laura says, I also received the message from Lily about the extended coupon. So glad to get that since I'm just starting on my journey and only filled 1 prescription so far.
Yeah,
that's good.
They've had this coupon now for
it's been a new
years,
coupon
right?
every 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
But it's been basically the same.
CC says, I was getting medication through Fridays. They would not let me move up. Why not? I was on 2.5 2 months and 5 3 months and was still losing some weight. It was slowing, lots of cravings. I guess if you're still losing 1 to 2 pounds a week, they may not want you to move up. It's just,
and I think that's a function of the specific prescriber more than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked at all the big ones and certainly Fridays, and there's no policy there that says you can't. So you might try a different prescriber there. You might try a different telehealth company.
If you're having lots of cravings, to me, that says I'm having lots of food noise. I'm wanting food.
Mm-hmm.
That means you need to move up. So you might mention that to your prescriber. You might say, gosh, I just think about food all the time on this dose. And that could be a sign that you need to move up. But you also want to look and make sure, are you eating protein at every meal? Are you eating protein 3 times a day? Are you drinking at least 60 ounces of water? Are you going for a walk? Are you getting some activity in? If, Barb says, if you can't lift weights, lift soup cans. Start with Campbell's cans and then move up to Progresso cans. So, everybody can hopefully do a little bit of something. I can't remember a time that the patient has had such a relationship with the drug manufacturer. I know, right? I never knew who manufactured my drugs before. Usually there is more interference from the doctors and insurance. We've lost that buffer. Well, you know what? We've become smarter consumers too, because we realize that the brand name is way too expensive.
I think we became smarter consumers because we became desperate consumers.
Well, and we also have the internet now. So, we can get information at the click of a button. So, and we've got YouTube now with people like Christopher Durham who want to bring you the latest news. People love the news, don't they, Christopher?
That's what they tell me.
I said, news. Nobody wants the news. Nobody's going to watch the news. That's a really dumb idea. People love the news. I was wrong once again. Anytime I say something's a really dumb idea, turns out it's not.
I'm on to something.
Yeah, so he's on to something. Mackenzie says, I was so thankful to stay at 2.5 for 24 weeks. Woohoo! I had no side effects at all so far. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, some people are able to do that. That's great. I mean, no side effects. You lose weight. It's all good. No downside.
Mackenzie keeps a spreadsheet too.
Yeah, keep a spreadsheet too. Yeah, I mean, I just like to track. I like to track things.
All right, 89 likes, almost to 100. See what we can do.
Black Squirrel. Wegovy is the only thing that's actually worked for me. I feel normal for the first time ever. I hear that a lot. I've said it myself. I've had very minimal side effects. It's cleared my mind and I feel great. Yeah, Black Squirrel. A lot of people say that with these GLP-1 medications is because they're not thinking about food all the time, your mind has all this space to think about other things. It's like you didn't know how much time you were spending focusing on food, and now I can focus on clean my house.
Well, I mean, I'd say it has
Making
it gives
videos.
me power back. It gives me
Yeah.
agency over my own being, right? It's that
Right.
food, that compulsion to survive, to feed yourself, is controlled by food, and it takes power away. So once that goes away, you all of a sudden open up and you can control your own
And I
life.
used to always hear this, all this stuff about intuitive eating. Listen to your body. I could
I
never
was.
listen to my body
My
was telling
body
me
was
to eat
saying
all the
eat.
time. My body was telling me I was hungry 24/7. So, now like this morning I said, I woke up, I think I woke up at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock this morning. I woke up hungry. Like my stomach was like growling. I was like, ooh. And then I remembered, ooh, I bought that pancake mix. Now, is that food noise if your stomach growls and you think
Mhm.
about food? And I got up at 7 and I made some pancakes, which I don't usually, I don't really cook things. So that doesn't really count as cooking though, I guess. We're advocates for our own health. We really have to be. We really have to, we owe it to ourselves to learn about these medications, to come to our doctors and providers with questions, with a list of our results. Like, I want to do this. Here are my results. What do you think? And, because doctors, they don't all think the same way about these medications. They're still relatively new. So if you have a doctor that doesn't really know a lot about it, you might need to come to them with some facts.
Yeah.
Just facts, ma'am.
All right, 94 likes, 129 viewers. It's a good night. So it's been a good day. I mean, we did the live this morning. So 2 lives today. Filmed a video on Novo Nordisk and the shortage, and they keep, those will keep coming as the news comes. So that's a very good thing. Black Squirrel
eating took me. I think that's the wrong direction. Yeah, I mean, that's because we can't intuitive eat because we have the disease of obesity. Like people who are naturally thin, who don't have the disease of obesity, don't understand this drive that we have to eat all the time. They can listen to their body and they can eat when they're hungry. It's a concept. Difficult Nerd says, I've gone so far down the rabbit hole of biochemistry that my poor brain is broken and my doctor feels like she can't keep up. You might know more than your doctor at this point, James. I don't doubt it. But yeah, I mean, it's, you can educate your doctor because, you've gone down the rabbit hole, like you said. Natalie D says, I'm in maintenance now, lost 70 pounds on Wegovy. And I've been in maintenance for 8 months. 8 months. Okay, Natalie.
See, she needs to come on and do an interview.
Natalie, I need you to come on my show, The Downsized Dish. Send me an email, Natalie, to Laraine at thedownsizeddish.org. And because I want to know
About
what
maintenance.
dose you're on. How often
The
are
whole
you
story.
taking it? How did you figure that out? Do you have food noise come back? What are you eating? Are you extra? I want to know all the things.
What worked, what
So,
didn't work. Yeah,
yeah.
people want to know about maintenance,
Maintenance
for sure.
is like the wild west of GLP-1s.
Natalie says, I'll email you.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Excellente. Yeah. Oh, I'm hungry right now. Why am I hungry?
I don't know.
We ate dinner.
Yeah, we had good dinner. Lots of protein.
I don't know. I'm just suddenly hungry. I'm not going to make it 14 days.
Well, so let's see. Since we started this, we've been doing these on Thursdays. I think we're going to shift to Wednesdays for a little while.
Yeah.
With Thanksgiving coming up, and she's got her book club that'll end that's now on Thursdays because I don't know, she's reading a book or something.
Reading a book or something. So yeah, the next book club book is The Women by Kristen Hanna. It's about women nurses in Vietnam. It's kind of a heavy. It's kind of heavy, but it's very good. So if you're looking for something to read, I suggest The Women by Kristen Hanna. I also just read First Lie Wins. Don't remember who that's by.
Somebody said that in one of the comments the other day. First Lie Wins.
Yeah, very twisty kind of con artist kind of novel. Health at Any Cost. Just a note: I'm still losing. Barb, you're gonna shrink away to nothing. Barb weighs 145 pounds. How weird is Barb has lost 260 pounds.
We have an interview with Barb. It was like one of the very first ones. If you have not watched it, it's fascinating. We'll get Barb back on to come talk.
What was it, like 405 was your starting weight, Barb? And she's lost 200 and no, it must have been more than that. I can't do math right now, but she started over 400 pounds. And I guess Barb's been on this journey for a couple of years now. She's gone through some different meds and had some different trials and tribulations with her insurance, and she's still battling them right now. But that's great. Elizabeth says, I find the choices of what I eat has an effect on how the medication acts in my body.
Yeah,
that's true. Sure. I mean, if I eat something very greasy, I don't feel good. What I think that made me not feel good the other night was I wanted pizza again. I've been wanting all the things. So we ordered pizza and it was delivered, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't process right. Like it just kind of sits, and especially with these medicines, like some stuff just is in there longer. It wasn't moving through. So yeah, I mean, it definitely, the food choices are everything. Linda Bookmiller says, I have a feeling you will need to take your shot the day of your colonoscopy, like when it's done. I think, probably like the day after, a couple days after.
Thanks
for
for
sure.
being a member, Linda. Ed says, I know I'm being impatient, but I really was hoping to feel less hungry today after taking my first dose of compounded semaglutide. I've been doing intermittent fasting for a few years now.
Another intermittent fasting. Yeah, I tried the intermittent fasting. So you took one dose, and hoping for that immediate effect. And for some people, they have that immediate effect, and for some people, it takes a couple days, a couple
honestly,
weeks.
That's the loading dose. So for some people, you have to move up. I mean,
just give it time. I always say give it 90 days. Give it 90 days. Like keep a log of how you're feeling, keep a log of your dosage and your shot locations and maybe what you're eating and how long if you're still intermittent fasting. Some people do intermittent fasting with this medication. I don't. You have to find what works for you. Christopher just doesn't eat breakfast, so I
sort of do, but it's not that I believe in it. It just
he doesn't eat from dinner time until
lunchtime. So I'm basically doing the
16,
intermittent fasting. But
16 on, 18 off,
but
16,
if there were a really nice croissant, I would eat it and have carbs. So it's not that I actually believe in that.
Yeah, I think intermittent fasting is good if you're trying to not eat. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted to eat all the time. So if I could tell myself, okay, after dinner, the kitchen's closed and I'm not eating till tomorrow, like it would give me like a goal to try to get to that point. I don't have to think about that. But now on GLP-1s, I don't have to think about food that way. After dinner, I just don't think about eating. I just don't. Sometimes we snack. We have a Ninja Creamy where we make some protein ice cream that's really good. We had some of that last night. But I mean, I don't think about it. And sometimes we don't think about eating the 3 meals a day. So you really have to like make sure you're getting 30 grams of protein at every meal just to make sure you're getting the nutrition that you need. Laraine, there's a great book called Buy Yourself the Effin' Lilies. What's that? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Buy yourself the effing lilies.
Like the
I assume
flowers?
I don't know.
The Lily Pulitzer clothes?
No, I'm just
The
thinking
Eli
so.
lilies? There's so many lilies in my life right now. Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out, Mel. Buy yourself that.
So I'm probably
Yeah.
going to add a book club page on our page too, because she's always got a book going. So maybe we'll do a Lorraine's
If you're
book
reading,
club.
you're generally not eating. Yeah. So
all of mine would be cookbooks or science fiction.
yeah,
So
I say I
it wouldn't
can't
be
read
the same thing.
cookbooks because that makes me want to eat.
I like the technical part of it. Let's see here.
Melissa Chapman says, my first dose was Nirvana, but at week 3, I'm finding myself really antsy by day 6 before my next dose. Not uncommon. I mean, not uncommon. So I think you're talking about, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but for Tirzepatide, it has a half-life in your body of 5 days. So 5 days after you take the dose, the effects might fall off. You might find yourself thinking about food more. You might get a little bit hungrier. You might get really antsy on day 6 and 7. So you can just know that that's coming. Again, try to get 30 grams of protein at every meal. Make sure you're drinking water. And yeah, you might, you're only on week 3. So as you keep going, the medication kind of builds up in your system, and there's charts you can plug in your dosages and see how that builds for you. But it's going to take some time really to get in your system kind of up to speed. So, give it 2 or 3 months. Some people, well, I don't know if we want to talk about that. Split their dose, take part of their dose on Sunday and the other shot on another shot on Wednesday. For me, I never wanted to take more than 1 shot a week, so I never did that. But I did interview a lady who took half her dose on Sunday and half her dose on Wednesday.
99 likes and 125
Flowers.
viewer, almost to 100.
The
We can
lilies
do
and
it.
Flowers. Okay.
Barb
like
says she would
Pulitzer
love
clothes.
a book club. Yeah, and that's easy. She's always got stuff she's reading, so that's easy enough to set up on the website and put an Amazon link. So that's not a big deal.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see.
It really makes traveling go so much faster if I have a book to read.
So if you haven't already, make sure you can go check out the downsized.org. I keep adding stuff to it. We're working on a bunch of stuff to go on there. So maybe a book club page will come to. That's easy enough content. And Laraine always is happy to talk about the books, but there's a link to the Mochi out. You can go and see our swag store there as well as a link to our Amazon store. We actually just got approved to be Amazon influencers. I'm not really sure what that means, but don't worry, we're not going to start selling a whole bunch of stuff. But you can go and
have a store on the.
Yeah, you can go and see what mostly Laraine is curated and what the stuff that we use.
Yeah, I need to update it. I need to make some updates to that.
And then there is a resources page that has her spreadsheet, has links to Lilly, links to the FDA if you want to report the drug shortage, because that thing's kind of hard to find. You can go link there. So lots of good stuff there. And I keep adding stuff to it. Again, if you haven't joined Club Downsized, we'd love to have you do that. Let's see here. Here's all our current members of Club Downsized. Thank you all very much. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to the bottom and click more, and that's super fun. 105 likes. That's awesome. If you would like to schedule an interview with Laraine and do a downsized dish, please do.
Please do. We've said that a million times now, so please email me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh my goodness. Make sure you're drinking your water. Water, kids.
Water, kids. So we'll be back next week on Wednesday.
I will have had my colonoscopy by then. Very exciting.
Yeah, that should be exciting.
Man.
Maybe I'll do some videos of
Oh, I also got a COVID shot and a flu shot yesterday. Being a grown up is just not.
stinks.
It's just not fun. It's just not fun. I went into the CVS to pick up something else, and the pharmacist said, "Have you had your flu shot?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Do you want a flu shot?" I said, "Okay." She said, "Have you had your COVID shot?" No. Those CVS ladies, they got us with the what was that other shot we got that made you so wigged out? The shingle shot.
Shingles. Ooh, that was a rough shot. Ooh.
Yeah, the shingle shots. I guess if you're over 50, you're supposed to have the shingles. And then she tried to get me
There's
to have
two
a
of them.
pneumonia shot. If y'all had a pneumonia shot, she said, over 50, they want you to get a pneumonia shot now. I'm like, I'm good with the 2 shots for today, lady. Slow your roll. Black Squirrel says my calorie intake is definitely lower on days 1 through 5 and goes up the 2 days before my next shot. Yep, that's a pretty common theme I hear through the grapevine. Mary Cooper says, I'm having a lot of heartburn. I was chewing on a whole lot of Tums in the beginning. Christopher doesn't believe in Tums.
I just don't think they do anything.
He takes what is that? You take the pill.
Yeah, Zantac.
I don't know. Try Tums. Try some Pepto. Eat smaller meals.
Yeah, and you might try
Maybe
tracking
eating
it
too
too. There
much.
might be something that's triggering it. So there might be a food like
a spicy food
a spice or
greasy
tomatoes get
food
me
or-
still. I don't. I think it's just the acid in the tomatoes.
Yeah, but I was going through some Tums there at the
So
beginning.
you might find something that's causing that problem, or it might just stop next week for no apparent reason, and you're just.
Tums have good calcium in them.
Yeah.
Mel Bethel says, "Oh my God, I got both last week on the same day too. The COVID and the flu shot. Yeah, I got flu over here and COVID over here. They're still a little bit sore. Yeah." Debbie says the shingle shot is awful. Yeah, I need to get my second one, and I never got my second one. Did you get the second one?
I did get the second
You
one.
got the
It wasn't
second
as bad
one.
as the first one was bad. I was down for like 3 days.
I kind of researched it. I'm like, do I really have to get this? Now it's been a couple years, so I don't think it matters at this point. Oh, Barb, I went into the ER after my shingle shot 1 month ago. What happened there, Barb? You'll have to give us more details on that. Kimberly Collison said, "Time for bed here in London. Good night to all."
Good night, Kimberly.
Yes, we're about.
Maybe we could do a cruise out of
done here.
Out of Europe. We could
Wouldn't that be
actually take them
fun?
out of England.
Yeah, they go like Ireland and up there. I find full cream milk can help heartburn dramatically.
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Because it neutralizes the acid.
The acid, yeah. It's like eating yogurt with the spicy food, with the Indian food. Same kind of thing. That
is correct. Let's see here. Donnell Thomas just says yes. I'm not sure what Donnell says.
All right, Donnell.
Yes
and have y'all voted? Make sure you've voted. We're not going to talk about who to vote for, but it's important that we vote.
But ask yourself who's going to help you with getting this medication cheaper.
Mel Bethel says, I didn't read that.
Oh, sorry.
Bethel. I got the Shingrix.
Shingrix.
Last year, 2 shots, 3 months apart, and it hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, those definitely hurt.
But I hear shingles is just the worst, so it's good that you got them. Sue Blue says, I need to get a shingle shot. I've been putting it off. I heard it was rough. Yeah, I wanted to put off this colonoscopy, but we have to we're grown-ups and we have to take care of our health, and we're doing all these things to lose the weight, but we still need to, do all the other things. And, it's October, so it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in the US. So I hope that you're getting your mammograms if you are of a certain age, like myself. It's important. This lady I used to work out with passed away from breast cancer this week, and it was just really terrible. It's a terrible, terrible disease. Barb says, I had a reaction, hives, and dizziness, got steroids and IV, and was better. Huh. Yeah, so it's good to know that can happen. Debbie says, same, Christopher. I had a very mild case of shingles, so doing anything I can not to get
Yeah, it's not good.
To get it. Yeah. Melissa Chapman says, nice job, guys. Look forward to watching your earlier update. Thanks for all y'all are doing, and best wishes on your procedure, Laraine. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hate to get an IV in my arm, so that's the part that freaks me out. So Yep. Be
All
thinking
right.
about me on Monday, y'all.
Yeah, we'll be good. Maybe I'll film
We'll be
her.
fine.
It'll be great.
You know, the last time I got a colonoscopy, they were going to do the IV, and I was like so nervous. And they said, "Do you want us to get your husband?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And they go out to the waiting room. Christopher Durham.
I went to the
Christopher
bathroom.
Durham. They came back and said he wasn't there.
I went to the bathroom.
Oh, so he's not allowed. He's no pottying.
Sorry.
You have to potty before we get there. No pottying. So you can be at the ready. But anyway.
Wonky donkey 555.
All right. That's a new one I haven't seen
Yeah.
before. I've been in a stall for the past 2 months after a 42-pound drop since April of this year. Just restarted the loss by adding breakfast back. You got to eat to lose. Yeah, I'm chalking it up to a metabolic issue.
I firmly believe varying your diet is key to keeping these medications coming.
Yes.
And it's
if you eat the same thing all the time, your body gets used to it. Yeah.
The fat, carbs, starches.
Yeah, mix it up.
I think our bodies like variety, honestly.
Well, and Christopher, we were talking about the beef stew he made for dinner tonight. And he goes, "Well, the only thing bad in this is the potatoes." I said, "There's not bad food."
Yeah, well,
we need to get out of the habit of saying carbs are bad or this is bad or this is good. It's food, and some of it's more nutritious food than other food, and some food is more fun than other food, and but really you can really eat on this medication. I've found I can really eat anything, just a very small little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm not eating a dozen donuts.
Just a very not a dozen donuts, but a very maybe one occasionally. So I do like sweets. Health at Any Cost says, "I'm off and running. Loved all. Thanks, Christopher and Laraine. Y'all are awesome. Bye, Barb. Thanks." Okay,
Thank
we're gonna
one last question, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Laura says, "Laraine, how are you doing with the tretinoin?" Oh, did I talk about that?
You must have. She doesn't remember what she talks about after.
It's funny that you mentioned it. One of your videos I ordered. Yeah, so tretinoin is retin-A. So I went to the dermatologist. If you guys watched some past videos, I had a precancerous spot burned off my lip, and then I also got a tretinoin prescription because these forehead wrinkles are just. And I was using it like every day, and then I read something that says you're only supposed to use it a couple times a week because you could get irritation. Well, I wasn't getting any irritation. When we went to Arizona, I didn't take it with me, and now I've started back. I guess it's okay. I don't know. How's my skin look? I think it's okay. I think it just helps cell turnover, exfoliation. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know, Laura, how you like it. But it's supposed to be like the thing. So, I don't know. I canceled my Botox appointment because that was just. I'm like, I can't afford another monthly injection. You know what I mean? Like I can only afford what I've got going on right now. So I did cancel that. But
all right. So that is us for this evening. We will see you next week on Wednesday at 7. And honestly, it might move to Wednesday. We'll see. There's so much going on there. You got Thanksgiving and the whole 9 yards. So pay attention, but we will be back every week on some day.
That's why you have to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and
then
subscribe
you know
for
when
sure.
When we're doing stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please like and subscribe.
You okay there?
Yeah, all choked up. Email me. We'll set up a time. We'll chat. It'll be a blast.
And watch tomorrow. We actually have an interview coming out with what is it? It was her
Mounjaro journey with Pam.
Yeah. So Pam, she's lost 100 and.
I didn't realize she had lost so much. Like it was over 100 pounds.
120. I want to say. I watch it tomorrow. I might be misquoting Pam.
Yeah.
But she's a fascinating lady. So and she has had quite an adventure. So we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us on the Downsized. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. You have just a few minutes. There's 97 people on there and 107 likes. And other than that, we are done for this evening. I hope you guys have a great week. My name is Christopher Durham.
My name is, I am going to try not to snack. Durham. I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized.
Bye. Thanks for watching.